But who will they face there? The Netherlands meet the two-time winners, Wales. So how are Gerwyn Price and Johnny Clayton feeling ahead of this huge semi-final showdown?
Well, it's the same as any other game, do you know what I mean? You get off quick off the blocks and, you know, the game seems to be a little bit easier than what it would be if you're chasing. So, yeah, it's great to get off early.
If he leaves me on 162s or 169s, I'll leave him on 66, but
Cheers, pal.
And that is a brilliant performance from Wales.
In that sort of sense, we'll play for each other, but other than that, it's probably much the same in our own games.
Yeah. If you're playing good darts, they're obviously going to chant for you, do you know what I mean? And obviously we're doing something right because the crowd are behind us. So, you know, if we can do that well, I don't think there's many going to stop us. So that's confidence for you.
Myself and Johnny, we both think we got a little bit more in the tank, and when our backs are up against the wall and we're under the cosh big style, then we can still pull out a little bit more, and yeah, if we need it, we'll pull it out.
To win 2 is fantastic, but to win 3, to get in the same bracket as Barney and MVG, you know, it's great for Wales as a country, it's great for us too as a pair, and, you know, hopefully we can go ahead and do that tonight. To be fair to the Dutch boys, you know, they're 2 great players. We've got a tough one on hand the next game, but we're looking forward to it, you know. Let the best team win.
Well, it is a clash of 2 darting powerhouses, isn't it? The Netherlands, 4-time winners, but not with this pairing. They go head-to-head with a Welsh tried and tested partnership of Gerwyn Price and Johnny Clayton.
Johnny Clayton and Gerwyn Price teaming up to devastating effect once more.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome back to the action, the semi-final stages of the Bet World Cup of Darts, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation and coming to you live on Sky Sport from the amazing city of Frankfurt, Germany. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. Our 4-time World Cup champions, Team Netherlands. Would you please welcome the players? Danny the Freeze Noppard. And ladies and gentlemen, the reigning World Youth Champion that is, Gian van Veen.
in tonight's final. Well, Wales winners, of course, in 2020 and 2023 with this duo right here of Gerwyn Price and Johnny Clayton. What a partnership they are. Two major winners and also winners of this one together. Well, they've had a couple of great games so far. Beat the Philippines 8-2 last night, averaging 96.5, and then eased past Hong Kong in the quarterfinals this afternoon, 8-4, averaging around about a ton as well, so looking very good indeed. They take on the Netherlands pairing of Danny Noppert and Jan van Veen, who have both been very good themselves. They came through the group stage, of course, then demolished Scotland, the number 3 seeds last night, 8-0, and beat Czechia in the quarterfinals earlier. So which one of these former winners then can book a spot in tonight's final? Let's find out in the company of Mark Webster and Rod Studd.
Evening, Emma. Evening, everyone. Well, it is very much the quintessential fire versus ice matchup for the fiery Welsh Dragons. A pair of pedigree, Gerwyn Price and Johnny Clayton, looking for a hat-trick of World Cup titles as a pair, and for the ice-cool Dutch, Jan van Veen and Danny Noppert, who are enjoying a debut run to remember as the Dutch duo. Well, great pleasure to be alongside a man who has played in 2 World Cup finals for Wales against the Netherlands. It's our very own Mark Webster. What do you reckon, Mark? Talk for a while before tipping Wales.
Well, I tipped Wales to win the tournament, so I expect them to get through the semi-final. Something's got to give here. These two nations need to be tested. They've had it all their own way so far, but this is the first real test for the pair of them. The Netherlands explosive last night, dispatching of Scotland, and cruised through this afternoon. Wales took care of the Philippines and Hong Kong, and both of them really want the crack at Northern Ireland in this year's World Cup final.
Well, the Netherlands have performed some eyebrow-raising efforts so far. They've won 24 of the 26 legs they've played, but Wales, Mark, you have a tournament average of 98 and change. Price 99, Clayton 97.5, and Johnny Clayton checking out at 48%. The Dutch as a duo checking out at 50%, so don't expect too many darts and a double to be missed this evening. A close matchup, you'd say. And as Marcus said, Northern Ireland away, they just handed out a real toweling to the host nation in the first semi-final.
And in more ways than one, that was a perfect semi-final for Northern Ireland. They've got it done quickly. They were in the first semi-final as well, so they're going to be well rested, and they'll hope this one goes deep as they prepare for the final. And some spots in the Grand Slam for Daryl Gurney and Josh Rock as well, so an added bonus before they even take to the stage in the final.
Price and Clayton, one of the great World Cup pairings. You'd have to mention them in the same breath as Van Barneveld and Van Gerwen or Taylor and Lewis. So successful in 3 of the last 5 finals. Price restored to the lineup, having missed out when he was injured, and gentleman Jim Williams came in to partner Johnny Clayton.
Look at this from Jan van Veen. Well, the first dart was perfect. Likes to stack on top. Couldn't convert with the tops, but already a bit of pressure for Wales and for Gerwyn Price.
Thompson is for the Iceman. Can't find the target. Johnny Clayton prowls at the back of the hockey, but he's not going to get a pop at that because Danny Noppert has cleaned up.
Break a throw early for the Netherlands duo. There was a 6 darts back-to-back from Johnny and Gerwyn Price in the middle there without a big treble, and that allowed Netherlands to gain advantage.
Clayton and Price have won their last 6 matches as a pair. It's a very impressive record. Includes a couple of matches in this tournament, 8-2 against the Phillies and 8-4 against Hong Kong.
76.
The last one from Gerwyn Price. Jan van Veen in the knockout stages has been exquisite.
His running average this afternoon was just above 98. It was up towards, just above 103 against Scotland 24 hours ago. He's a big scorer, Gian.
I'm not sure his current world ranking of 23 really reflects his ability or current form. I'm sure the ranking will catch up.
Well, he's projected to be in all the majors for the remainder of the year, and he wasn't in them 2 years ago, so his ranking will creep up.
Looks a top 10 player in the making.
60.
And Gilman Price, curiously, is outside the world's top 10 at the moment, 11. That's an eyebrow raiser. Clayton is 5th. Noppert to complete the set is 16th. Johnny Clayton looking at 164. Treble 18 for Johnny. Can't find it.
96.
Well, you mentioned, Rod, the finishing's been pretty efficient from both nations, particularly the Netherlands. And Noppert, if he stays straight, to double the lead for the Netherlands. Should go to the left-hand side, you feel about that. Yeah, he's just caught the dart. It's always awkward when your darts stick up in the board, the 20 to tops switch.
Tops for Price, important. Similarly to the first attempt, doesn't get it to the target.
2-0, and it is 2-0. Started well here, the Netherlands. Nowhere near their best, but it's good enough to grab themselves a 2-0 lead.
And 100% of putts that don't reach the hole don't go in. And Gavin Price hasn't got the ball to the hole at double top on either of his attempts so far. And that will disappoint him. When he's playing well, he's absolutely Mustard on that target and double 10.
Solid start for the Netherlands, who still have only dropped 2 legs in the whole event. They came this afternoon against Czechia, but never really got them in any sort of bother. They controlled the match.
121.
Well, that is an incredible stat, isn't it, Mark? They've played 28 legs and they've won 26 of them. It's absolutely ludicrous.
100.
Be careful here, Wales. We saw what happened to Germany. They went a double break down and it knocked the stuffing out of them. They never recovered. And Northern Ireland just controlled the match.
Well, if Wales lose this leg from here and go 3 behind, they're going to be bitterly disappointed because they're in control of it.
92. Wales require 120.
Didn't think that one through, Danny.
60.
Gavin Price will resume his battle with double top, you feel, when he returns.
Yes.
0 from 2 so far in this contest.
89. Wales requires 60.
Single. Tops has to shift to his left. Too high this time, over-adjusting after the first 2 misses.
20.
0 from 4 on Tops for Gavin Price. They're in trouble here, Wales, if this goes. Even this early, this just for a double break. Danny will realise how big an opportunity this is. Just about in the 14. Tops causing Danny some problems as well.
Wales require 40.
Clayton wants Tops. Well, that target is causing him all sorts of trouble. Double 5. My word.
All over the place, Wales. They're averaging 77.
Well, we saw the air go out of the German balloon very early in the first semi-final. This will be a deflator if Van Veen hits this. He doesn't. Forget everything I said about not expecting many missed starts at double. Ignore that. Double 2.
He's got the feeling of a big leg already. Look at that dart. But that one finds the target and a smile from the Welsh duo, but there's a bit of relief there. They could have found themselves 3-0 down and a couple of breaks. That could be crucial.
Well, the first gland of the night from Gerwyn Price. And we've already seen 14 missed darts at double between the two teams. Two teams who were checking out at 50% before this match. But now it's back in the balance. Could have been 3-0. Although, let's have it right, Wales were first to a double in that leg. It was a leg they ought to have won, really. But they almost lost it.
For Danny and Gian, they've just got to forget about it now. They've still got the breaker throw. Got to focus on what positives they've done in these opening 3 legs rather than the missed opportunities in the previous leg. Played in the semi-finals in 2022. It was under the old format. Wales came through comfortably on that occasion against Dirk van Dijvenbode and Danny Noppert.
Noppert's become a regular star for the Dutch team. Van Veen coming in as his sidekick this year.
2-leg buffer again. There's the layer. And Danny will return at tops unless Johnny can pull the 170 out the bag, and he's just drifted into the treble 5. So Netherlands to lead by 2 again.
Double top it is for Danny Noppert. Oh, it's right in the middle. It's 3-1 to the Netherlands.
Dig deep here. Wales started poorly. Netherlands, we saw that average there. They're not at their best, but they're doing enough.
58.
Beautiful darts.
140.
Couldn't caress the third into that target area. Can Johnny Clayton? Should switch.
139.
Yes.
Who says Johnny Clayton can't count? Mark.
You know what? He has improved. I'm the first one to sort of dig him out sometimes, but it's something he's improved in his game. Just looking to hang on to the coattails of the Netherlands here. Need to keep holding throw Wales. Johnny will return for 75. The 2 treble visit will ask a big question about 75. The minute Danny chasing down a treble, can't find one.
Wales requires 75.
Double 12. Double 6. He's a long way off with that one. And that one's not in the target either, so... And this is more than manageable for a top pro, isn't it? They like this one. 1 treble 20 needed in the first 2 darts.
There it is. Bullseye. This is huge. And he can't quite say. It's a good effort from Gian. But let off. Wales are just feeling they're hanging on in here. Needs this, Gerwyn Price. And takes it back within 1.
A subdued non-celebration from the normally fiery Welshman. The Welsh powerhouse just strolled to the dartboard to get his darts out when an explosion off the Richter scale could have been anticipated. But they've got back within 1 again.
Good visit from Johnny. Netherlands win this leg, guarantee they'll lead at the break.
121.
And Gerwyn Price ignite the Welsh. Oh. Just staring down the dartboard rather than exploding into life.
81.
The former world champion.
Wrestled the darts away here from the Netherlands of Wales.
59.
Taking advantage there, Johnny. It is a finish. Good recovery from Danny.
22.
Treble 18 needed. Oh, he's just inside, then just outside.
54.
So is there going to be a chance to break back here, or is Jan van Veen going to mop up double 16? That is mopping up Manifest. They're 4-2 up.
Nice, neat, tidy finish from Jan van Veen, and you heard the roar. He knows that was a big leg.
59.
Wales threatened to break but couldn't capitalise. And opportunity at the beginning of the leg now for the Netherlands. And then in dreamland if they go in 5-2 up with a couple of breaks.
Only. It's a subdued Gerwyn Price, Mark, isn't it?
85.
It really is. It's a puzzling performance. They're at about 16, 17 points below their tournament average coming into this match.
140.
Just got to try and get in at 4-3 and regroup here. Whereas the Netherlands have taken encouragement with how poorly Wales have started. Deservedly lead.
And normally you could expect a Guan average of nearly 1 per winning leg from Gerwyn Price, but we've hardly seen it tonight, only once. What about now? No, nothing. Well, is he trying to confuse the Dutch? He must be thinking, why isn't Gerwyn Price getting into our faces? One Guan and no booyahs.
Is he just saving it for a big moment in the match? Let's get in at 4-3. Just the one dart for Johnny. Big dart for Johnny. And he's up to the task. That is a huge leg for Wales. They couldn't afford to go down a couple of breaks of throw. But it's slender advantage to the Netherlands. They have the break advantage. They lead here by 4 legs to 3.
Well, it's finals night here in Frankfurt, and is the fight back on for Johnny Clayton, Gerwyn Price and Wales, because they were 3-1 and 4-2 down against the Netherlands, but they have just pulled this second semi-final back to within a leg. The Netherlands duo of Danny Noppert and Jan van Veen lead, but it's a small lead, isn't it? A slender one, 4-3. To talk you through the stats and take you through the rest of this semi-final, let's hand you back to Mark and Rod.
Thank you, Emma. Yes, well, no question that Wales are under par here against the Netherlands, as evidenced by those stats, Mark, which we've just seen.
Yeah, the finishing's not been great, has it? And Wales will find themselves really fortunate to be only 4-3 behind. The third leg could haunt the Netherlands. There was chances there to get themselves a double break and a chance to control this semi-final. As it stands, it's still an advantage to the Netherlands, but with them throwing second, should Wales recover that break, they would become favourites. An intriguing time nevertheless so far. First semi-final, very one-sided. They expected this one to be close, which it is. Expected a bit more quality though, Rod.
Well, yes, I mean, Wales tournament average when they came into the match 98. Tonight's match average 82. Netherlands 93 for the tournament before this, and 89 and change tonight. So they've gone down a little bit, dipped, if you will, whereas Wales have really declined from their tournament average, and they'll be disappointed with that. But they can still win this game from here. Don't you worry about that.
58.
They've kept themselves afloat with that 62 checkout from Clayton at the end of the 7th. And now, can they attack the Netherlands throw here? They can't at the moment.
Brushed over, there's Grand Slam spots available. If you get to the final, Rock and Gurney have got them. Well, Jan van Veen and Johnny Clayton already have a place in the Grand Slam, so it's more to get Gerwyn Price and Danny Noppert in. But that's not your immediate thought. Although we will play on the players' mind, it's about getting to that World Cup final.
Well, the Grand Slam has been a tournament that Gerwyn Price just made his own at the Aldersley Leisure Village in Wolverhampton, but he didn't even qualify last year.
No, neither Johnny either.
makes the back end of this leg interesting. Tops now. Very interesting.
Huge chance for Price, and courtesy of that 177 from Johnny. Double top hasn't really been his friend in this match. It's double 10 now, and that is wild.
Netherlands require 40.
Well, he's been missing top since the get-go. Van Veen has not. 5-3.
Game on.
Gavin Price's go-to doubles, double top and double 10, have not been there for him tonight.
81.
Netherlands edging closer to the final. Yeah, I'm not happy with himself there.
Oh.
3 legs away.
39.
Well, Wales on those two doubles I mentioned, 0 for 6 on double top, 0 for 2 on double 10. That's why they're in the hole.
135.
Netherlands looking to attack. The insurance of having that double break give them a lot more comfort on the stage.
So Wales, they missed 13 darts and a double in the match, and 8 of them at double top or its immediate derivative. So that is the root of the problems. Now Price firing, but still subdued.
3 maxes for Wales, all hit by Gerwyn Price. And again, an opportunity to get back within 1.
66.
Double 16. Whatever you do, Johnny, stay clear of tops. 5-4, Clayton pins the double 16.
Over to the Netherlands now to feel the pressure of trying to hold throw.
58.
Similar scenario to the one we saw
50.
in the 8th leg mark, when Wales were on the attack and they did get a chance and they couldn't take it to level it up. So now another chance to level up on the Netherlands throw. They've got to take one of these soon, otherwise it'll be too late.
Yeah, the clock's ticking here for Wales. And Van Veen going in without a big treble. Johnny missed the opportunity to pounce, but Gerwyn Price has fired in a 140.
100.
Wales have to break in this the 10th or the 12th or
99.
the 14th, and if they fail so to do, they're out. And naturally they've got to keep holding in the meantime too.
100.
Well, we saw how delicate this lead was this afternoon when Australia had a break advantage against Germany, but couldn't get the insurance of that second break, and Germany had the advantage of throwing first in the decider. Wales have just got to stay in touch and wait for their chance if they get one. Had opportunities already, didn't take it, but they'll back themselves to get more.
Well, here they need something spectacular now, or they're relying on missed Dutch darts at double. It's a good setup, but they're missing on, relying on Danny Noppert missing. He should get 2 at double. He will. 2 at tops. 1 miss. 2 misses, and Wales have their chance again. 3 in hand, and one of his favourite doubles. Double 6. Gerwyn Price, and still there's no celebration. The trademark celebration has been parked tonight by the Iceman. His side are level.
Gerwyn Price really keeping a lid on it, but that's a huge leg. Big misses from Danny Noppert. And Wales, who chased and chased throughout the match, are finally level.
Mark, it has to be a conscious decision by the normally fiery Welshman, Gerwyn Price, to keep a lid on it. Why would he do that?
He does it to benefit him or rattle his opponents, and maybe he thinks he won't rattle Danny or Gian, or he just wants to stay focused. Neither player at the moment, all four players, not their fluent best, but it's a real battle up there. First 180 for the Netherlands from Danny.
Noppert missed those 2 darts at tops to let Wales in, but he's trying to shut the door again.
For the first time in this World Cup, these two nations are involved in a battle. It's all been pretty much played on their terms in previous matches.
81.
Well, Wales are going to get a chance to take the lead here. Have not led in this darts match, in this World Cup semi-final.
96. Wales
Johnny Clayton, what's he thinking here? Is he thinking, oh no, it's tops? He's not, he's hit it. First time in the match. What a time to find the target that had proved so elusive. Wales lead 6-5.
Things beginning to click for the Welsh pair now. 3 successive legs. Turns a 5-3 deficit into a 6-5 lead.
Well, for the whole of this match... Oh, there's the celebration from Gerwyn Price. Well, for the whole of this match, the Welsh have been the hunters. They are now the hunted. They lead close to the winning line. 2 legs away. They lead 6-5.
135.
A gritty fight back.
We spoke about the German pair this afternoon, when you're not at your best, finding a way to win, and both these nations are having to do that here tonight. They've just not been fluent. Semi-finals are high-pressure affairs. You're so close, aren't you? And you do feel it up there, and you sense that both teams have.
59.
Well, if Wales could break here, the winning post would be coming into sight.
140.
He'd have loved another treble to leave 86, but 126 is a decent finish.
You could pepper the same target rod, can't you? So Johnny with his darts landing flat. If he does miss the treble 19 his first dart, he wants to be below it.
126.
Treble needed. Close, no cigar, no pop at the ball.
98.
Well,
Requires 60.
we've seen this target tax both teams. Tops for Danny Noppert. He missed it a couple of times recently. Now he goes hunting double 10 to tie up the tie again.
Gerwyn Price can't block. He's got his back to the board. And Danny is having more woes on the doubles. It isn't happening for Danny Noppert, and it isn't happening for the Netherlands since the break. Gerwyn Price to put Wales one away. And Wales are one away, and there's a huge roar from Price. They've turned this match around. 5-3 down to 7-5 in front. And will throw for a place in the final against Northern Ireland.
Johnny Clayton joins in the roar. Danny Noppert had a chance there, 2 chances at double to make it a case of 6 and 2 threes after 12 legs. But Wales have struck, and it looks like a crucial blow. They'll feel they're on Pall Mall at the end of the London Marathon here. 2 up, 3 to play. A very strong position. Can they convert it? They've got the darts here in the 13th. They'd have it in the 15th, and they would have a chance to break for the match too in the 14th. It's all in the Welsh hands now.
When they won the tournament 2 years ago,
96.
they needed last leg drama against Belgium on that occasion. Johnny taking out a ton plus finish. They'll hope to avoid that here. And they're in no mood to hang around now.
40.
Edging closer.
God, it turns out maybe leg 3 was the crucial one. I mean, there's been more missed opportunities, of course, but a chance of a double break that early in the match for the Netherlands.
99.
Leaves a finish. Numerically, it looks a tall order 160, but in terms of where the darts would have to go, it's one that would appeal to the eye of Johnny Clayton. 2 treble 20s for tops. Can't get it going.
Danny Noppert frustrated. He threw that last dart away.
60.
Just a 60 for Johnny.
And Gerwyn Price, itching to get to the hockey, can barely contain himself. 2 darts away, Wales. Tops for the final. And Gerwyn Price and Johnny Clayton, one of the great World Cup pairings, are in the final again. 4 finals in the last 6 years. They've done it again. This Welsh darting duo have downed the Dutch, and they had to come from behind to do it. They were behind for most of this match, but come the business end, they found their form, and Gerwyn Price has sent the Welsh into the trophy match against Northern Ireland.